Hey, what's up guys? So today we're actually going to be starting a new series of videos. I do apologize for the lack of content. It's been almost 6 months or more since I've posted last. I've just been really busy, school, everything just came up super quick, and I do apologize for that. But I am returning. I know it's been a long time, but I am going to be starting a new series known as the Rant series, where I pick certain things in LEGO to rant about. So this is going to be, prices, certain figures, certain sets, stuff like that. Something real simple, the names of sets, nitpicking those, And yeah, so the first topic that I'm going to decide to do is the new Stormtrooper helmets. And let's just get right into it and start talking about why this helmet is bad. I will also talk about some of the good things with it as well, but I'm going to focus on ranting about it rather than trying to highlight it. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. So, number one reason why this helmet is bad, and not the number one, the best reason, but this is just the first reason. It is a bad helmet because proportionally it does not look good. Proportionally, it just is way off. It's way too big, which again is often that's often a common theme with most LEGO helmets, and that's common. It's not out of the norm for a LEGO helmet to be bigger than it should, but with this specifically, it just does not look good, and I think that the original Stormtrooper helmet did a much better job of highlighting the good things with the helmet. And I think I really should have stuck with it because it was a good helmet. Now, why this one does not work proportionally is the main reason. It just does not look good at all. Number two, it also just does not look good with other figures. So, for example, if you were to put this by Darth Vader, this new helmet, Stormtrooper, with Darth Vader, it's basically the same height. And that was actually a big deal with the Darth Vader helmet. So the original Darth Vader helmet, he was the same height as the original Stormtrooper. That was a big thing. That's not a whole lot of people were not thrilled about that, So when they made the new helmet, a lot of people were excited in the fact that he was finally taller than a Stormtrooper, and he looked good. And I personally, I'm a sucker for the new Darth Vader helmet. I love the new Darth Vader helmet. The two-piece one, it just looks great, and it makes him taller. It makes him more proportionally, and just it makes him look better with the Stormtroopers. That's personally why I like it. But it looked good with the older Stormtroopers, the ones with the smaller helmets, not these ones. And again, I'm not saying these helmets are completely bad, but it just looks better, because now with these new helmets, they are practically the same height as Darth Vader. Darth Vader is like a 7-foot tall cyborg, He should not be the same height as an average Stormtrooper, which I'm assuming an average Stormtrooper height is probably around 5'10", 6 foot, around there, probably around the same as a human. So, because most of them were just humans or basic aliens. Most of them were humans though. But getting back to the point, it just does not look good with other figures, putting it side by side with even the Scout Trooper, the new Scout Trooper, it just does not look good. It just proportionally does not look good, in my opinion. Now, of course, everything else with this, with the new figure is great. I'm not going to comment about anything else, because all the printing is great. I think it's just the helmet that just makes it look weird. The helmet's too big. It proportionally just does not work out. And compared with other minifigures, if you put it side by side, it just does not look near as good as the older one did. And that's kind of a downside with this helmet. It's a good helmet, but it just, proportionally speaking, it does not look good. So the second reason I personally do not like this helmet would have to be because there's no articulation with this helmet. You cannot move the head at all with this helmet, which is a big part. That's a big thing with most Legos, is you want to be able to turn the head. And kids are going to want to turn the head. With this one, you can't, And it was already kind of a problem with the original Stormtrooper to begin with. Like, it wasn't too bad, but it wasn't perfect. But you could still turn the head. But with this one, you can't turn the head at all because it comes over. The helmet comes over the torso piece, which just does not look good. And I don't know, you just can't turn it at all, and that's kind of a downside because kids are going to want to turn it. And even for people who make certain display mocks or whatnot, who want to set their figures in a specific way when they display them on a custom mock or something, you can't turn the head on these ones, so they're really not good for those, especially because you're probably going to want to be able to turn the head with some of your figures. It does not appeal in that way, so that's kind of a bummer. And that's, those are two really, really valid reasons. And then the third and final one I would have to say is really, it just overall, proportionally, it does not look good, and it just, this helmet was not unnecessary, in my opinion. I think that's the final reason. It just was not necessary. They did not need to make a new helmet. Now, update the print, yes, they could always update the print. They always do that with almost every figure that they make. If they make a new figure, they're updating the print. That's no doubt about that. They can do that as much as they want with this figure, and I have no problem with it at all. But the problem that I do have with this figure is when they updated it too much, in my opinion. And the dual molding's great. I think that's awesome. I think dual molding should be promoted with most figures. But in this case, it's not necessarily a good thing. I think the original Stormtrooper mold was perfectly fine. I mean, again, and not to say that the dual molding is not cool, but it is. It's just the problem with it, the way they did this one didn't work out, in my opinion. So, but some good things with this helmet, though, getting off the negative, some of the positive things with this helmet is it is technically more accurate. It is technically a little more accurate in terms of the small details that are in it. So that's always nice. Accuracy is always good with Lego sets, with Lego figures, and that's one thing they did 100% perfect with this, is it is more accurate technically. And then another thing, it does have the shaping. The shaping of it is technically better and, again, more accurate. So that's really the main draw. If you like this helmet, which I don't shame you if you do, this is my personal opinion, go ahead, you can like it. But personally, I think the only thing that Lego was looking for in this helmet was accuracy. They weren't looking on it proportionally or functionality wise, like whether it can actually turn. They were looking at it as, can we make it more accurate, I think. Which is, again, not a bad thing. It's just, I think you also, you have to, accuracy can be a thing there, but you also have to have functionality with it. It should be able to turn the head, and that's a big, big issue with this helmet, in my opinion. So, and also, just to throw it in there, when I first saw this helmet, I really just didn't appeal with it. It just looks really odd. And ever since I saw it, I was like, this is the weirdest helmet. And then it kind of grew on me, and then it kind of stopped growing on me. And it just, and I'm not the only one who hates this helmet. M&R Productions hates this helmet. I'm sure Ryan could probably ramble on it as much as I can. So, but that's pretty much all I got to say about this rant. So I hope you guys enjoyed this rant. If you guys agree with me that this helmet should be replaced with the older helmet, rather, comment down below. Do you agree with that? This one should be just completely scrapped. I personally think it should. I don't think this one needs to stay any longer. So, but that is just my opinion. But yeah, I do plan on doing more of these videos. If you do like these kind of setup videos that are just ranting about certain Lego topics, I do have another one that I plan on doing this week, or at least the beginning of next week. Be sure to just comment down below anything that you personally don't like. I can always rant about, certain things like, is Lego a kid's toy? Just a kid's toy, I could ramble on about that one for a long time. So just be sure to comment down below. Anything that you dislike about Lego right now, comment down below. I'll be sure to rant about it, even if it's something that I personally don't disagree with, or or personally don't agree with it, you know, I will be sure to rant about it and share my point of view as well. So, but that's pretty much all I got to say in this video, folks. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one, just ranting about a certain LEGO topic. I think it's something that I'm planning on doing for a long time now. I think it's going to be one of my more continuous series. It's just ranting about certain LEGO topics. So I really hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'm going to try and keep these as short as I can when I do make these, but this one was a little bit longer just to kind of explain how I'm going to work with this. But that's pretty much all I got to say in this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll have to see you guys in the next one.